Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is PK. This is Bookeemonsters, and it is Wednesday, December the 6th. And on Wednesdays, we look at romance books that are being released this week. Every day of the week, we look at the new releases that are being set free into the wild this week so we can have better options of what to add to our TBR, because we always need to add to our TBR. So, good morning. Let's jump in. All right. They are saying we're going to go back to December 1st. This site says there's not a whole lot, but there are other websites. All right. My Neighbor's Secret by Lauren Rowe. I don't have a neighbor like that. Kindle Unlimited, 372 pages, and it was released on December 1st. Charlotte McDougall. I hate him, and I don't even know his name. The good news is my nemesis has made it abundantly clear the feeling is mutual. He did call me pretty, though, in the midst of a heated screaming match, which would have been flattering if I didn't loathe him so much. But whatever. I don't care how handsome he might be or how charming the rest of the world probably finds him. Guys who look like aged-out boy banders aren't my type. Add to that, he's got a knack for being in precisely the wrong place at the wrong time, and I was thrilled to march away from our angry skirmish and never see the bastard with the piercing blue eyes ever again. It wasn't meant to be, though. As it turns out, my sworn enemy is my new next-door neighbor, etc. I guess this is an enemies to lovers type of trope. Next up, Broken Dreams, a fake dating single parent, small town romance. Okay, let's just say what everything is. Leave no surprises. This is by Corinne Michaels. Kindle Unlimited. What could possibly go wrong fake dating the gorgeous single dad in a small town? The answer, you fall for him. It started out perfect. Grady Whitlock needed a +1 for his business meetings, and I needed a date for a wedding. We had a plan. It was a good one, until it wasn't. I was not supposed to have feelings for him. I was not going to let my heart race when his soulful blue eyes stared into mine. No way should I have noticed his smile or the dimple on his right cheek or his strong arms when he held me close. Especially wasn't going to melt when I saw him play with my daughter. Most of all, I was not going to sleep with him. Nope, none of that was supposed to happen, but it does. Should we have a coffee drinking game for how many times they mentioned the color of his eyes? Their eyes. We're 2 for 2 right now. Blue. Just to make it interesting. The Office Guest by Whitney G. Doesn't have a last name, just G. Good morning, Mary. Happy Wednesday. No snow or flurries. Okay. Now they're saying tonight. Not holding. Yeah, don't hold your breath. We would be swimming. Oh, let's get rid of that banner. Second in the Holiday Homecoming series, 178 pages, Kindle Unlimited. This could be the worst holiday season ever. ... My ex-boyfriend just booked the best suite at the resort where I work with his new girlfriend, not me. Half of the staff has called in sick with the flu. They're lying so they can attend a huge festival in town, and my sister is driving me crazy with her incessant wedding planning. These things wouldn't normally be a big deal during any other season, but Christmas changes everything. And this Christmas, my little big lie about a non-existent fiance is finally in danger of being exposed to my family. To prevent that from happening, I decided to download The Office Guest. It's an app for anyone who needs to hire a fake and attractive businessman to impress close family and friends. At least that's what I was hoping for. When the guy I selected bails on me at the last minute, the app promises to send me an even sexier replacement. They must have meant the devil wrapped in red, because this guy is not some random actor. He's definitely not a fake businessman. He's my former boss, etc. Okay. Are these things really a thing? Ah, but she did not mention his eyes. The Gentleman's Gambit by Evie Dunmore, fourth in the League of Extraordinary Women. The tried and true plot, the fake boyfriend. Absolutely. Let's see. Bookish suffragist Katrina Campbell is busy, and I know that's pronounced Katrina because there is an author, Katrina McPherson, who I sat next to at a convention, and I did ask her how that name is pronounced, and it is pronounced Katrina. Katrina Campbell is busy. An ailing estate, academic writer's block, a tense time for England's women's rights campaign. The last thing she needs is to be stuck playing host to her father's distractingly attractive young colleague. Deeply introverted, Katrina lives for her work at Oxford and her fight for women's suffrage. She dreams of romance too, but since all her attempts at love have ended badly, she now keeps her desires firmly locked inside her head until she climbs out of a Scottish loch after a good swim and finds herself rather exposed to her new colleague. Elias Curry has wheedled his way into Professor Campbell's circle under false pretenses. He did not come to Oxford to classify ancient artifacts. He is determined to take them back to his homeland in the Middle East. Winning Katrina's favor could be the key to his success. Unfortunately, seducing the coolly intense lady scholar quickly becomes a mission in itself, and his well-laid plans are in danger of derailing. Forced into close proximity in Oxford's hallowed halls, two very different people have to face the fact that they might just be a perfect match. Soon, a risky new game begins that asks Katrina one more time to put her heart and wildest dreams at stake. Just closing a couple banners here. This one had caught my attention just from, I don't know if it's good or not, but Raiders of the Lost Heart by Joe Segura. An Indie Next and Library Reads pick. Rival archaeologists must team up on a secret Aztec expedition or it could leave their careers and hearts in ruins. I'm going to mispronounce these names. I apologize. Archaeologist Dr. Socorro Cory Mejia has a bone to pick, literally. It's been Cory's life goal to lead an expedition deep into the Mexican jungle in search of the long-lost remains of her ancestor, Shimali, an ancient warrior of the Aztec Empire. But when she is invited to join an all-expenses-paid dig to do just that, Cory is sure it's too good to be true, and she's right. As the world-renowned expert on Shimali, by rights, Cory should be leading the expedition, not sharing the glory with her disgustingly handsome nemesis. But Dr. Ford Matthews has been finding new ways to best her since they were in grad school. Ford certainly isn't thrilled either with his life in shambles. The last thing he needs is a reminder of the rocky past. But as the dig begins, it becomes clear they'll need to work together when they realize a thief is lurking around their campsite, forcing the pair to keep their discoveries and lingering attraction under wraps. With money-hungry artifact smugglers, the Mexican authorities, and the lies between them closing in, there's only one way this all ends: explosively. And I saw that this was released on Tuesday this morning as I was getting some of the stuff prepped. And so I looked at the audiobook of it. Why do they all sound the same? It's different actresses, but they all sound the same. This one is a novella, Where It Begins, a Pucked novella by Helena Hunting. I accidentally grabbed the wrong drink at the coffee shop. On the upside, the hot guy it belonged to chased me down to kindly swap with me. On the downside, the reason I grabbed the wrong drink in the first place is because the hot guy had just caught me checking out his assets. In my defense, his rear view is rather magnificent. In true humiliating form, I word vomited a bunch of horrible nonsense. including an unnecessary explanation of the trauma I'd evaded thanks to his chasing me down. Nothing could ruin my lactose intolerant day faster than my one true nemesis, dairy. I did not expect him to ask me out on a date after that. I also didn't expect the date to go well since my tendency to vomit is high, and not everyone finds that quality endearing, but apparently he does because he asked me out again and again. Sydney Butterson, yes, it's a weird last name, ticks all my boxes. He's smart, he's funny, he's employed, and he's ridiculously hot. There's one catch. We're both single parents with teens. And if our kids don't like each other, well, we're doomed. Well, a maturer one that kind of went up a notch in my book. Technically yours. Hey, Kate. Thank you so much. Good morning, Elena. Good to see you guys. Just woke up. So did I. Okay, it was an hour ago. All right. Yeah, we're looking at romances. Technically Yours by Denise Williams. 8 years ago, I kind of like the cover. 8 years ago, he fell in love with a stranger he couldn't have. Today, she's back in his life, and the sparks between them threaten to set her career on fire. Pearl Harris has learned the hard way to be careful in work and in love. She's had the chance to make lasting change at Our Code, a nonprofit aimed at inspiring high schoolers to code, but a recent scandal puts its reputation at risk. Further complicating things, Pearl didn't expect the one man she never stopped thinking about to join as the newest member of her board of directors. Cord Matthews fell for Pearl when they met in an elevator 8 years ago. She's just his type, smart, capable, and makes him laugh. But when she broke his heart, he decided love wasn't for him. When they reconnect after years with no contact, Cord is tempted to consider breaking his ban on serious relationships. But going public with a romance between them might derail Pearl's career and the progress she's made at Our Code. While Pearl and Code are both hesitant to trust their feelings and take a risk, it soon becomes impossible to keep ignoring the electricity between them. Cord is a skilled programmer, but a workplace romance might spell disaster for both of them. And love isn't easily debugged. Gets points for some interesting situations. Among the Heather by Samantha Young, second in the Highland series. Kindle Unlimited. He's a disgraced actor. She is the daughter of Hollywood royalty. Both are hiding in the Scottish Highlands, but despite their antagonistic attraction, they can't seem to hide from each other. North Hunter, why did I always have these? Okay, never mind. Has worked hard to step out of the shadows of his orphaned upbringing into the limelight of Hollywood. He never imagined a dark moment from his childhood returning to destroy everything he built. Devastated, he finds comfort in the isolation of an exclusive members-only club in the Scottish Highlands, even if the club comes with a prickly estate manager who sets his blood on fire. As the eldest daughter of a Hollywood legend, Aria Howard has learned the hard way that people will use her to get to her father. When her last relationship ended badly, Aria fled to Scotland. Running Arnock Estate provides distance from a life that has never fit comfortably. But when defamed Scottish actor North Hunter disrupts her sanctuary, Aria is on the defense. The cocky actor is the last thing she needs, and despite their searing attraction, Aria is determined to dislike him. But one night of drunken, forced proximity with North leads Aria to share insecurities seeded by her horrible ex. When North offers to prove her ex wrong by taking Aria to his bed, for no strings distraction. They begin an affair neither expected. However, I'm just offering this. However, their fiery liaison leads to a deep emotional connection that unsettles them both, and North will have to break down more than Arya's trust issues if they're ever to have a future together. He'll need to protect her from a past that just doesn't want to stay buried, or lose something far more essential to his existence than his career. Ah, love. The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. Oh my. Two wolf shifters agreed to be fake mates, but unexpectedly they find something real in this steamy paranormal romantic comedy. Mackenzie Carter has had some very bad dates lately. Model train experts, mansplainers, guys weirdly obsessed with her tail. She hasn't had a successful date in months. Only a year out of residency, her grandmother's obsession with Mackenzie finding the perfect mate to settle down with threatens to drive Mackenzie barking mad. Oh my God. Out of options, it feels like a small thing to tell her grandmother that she's met someone. That is, until she blurts out the name of the first man she sees and the last man she would ever date, Noah Taylor, the big bad wolf of Denver General. Noah Taylor, an interventional cardiologist and all around grump, has spent his entire life hiding what he is, with outdated stigmas surrounding unmated alphas that have people wondering if they still howl at the moon. Noah has been careful to keep his designation under wraps. It's worked for years until an anonymous tip has everything coming to light. Noah is left with two options: come clean to the board and risk his career, or find himself a mate. The chatty, overly friendly ER doctor asking him to be her fake boyfriend on the same day he's called to meet the board has to be kismet, right? Mackenzie will keep her grandmother off her back, and Noah will get a chance to prove he can continue to work without a real mate, a mutually beneficial business transaction they both rationalize. But when the fake mate act turns into a very real friends with benefits arrangement, lines start to blur and they quickly realize love is a whole different kind of animal. And not my cuppa, but it's somebody's cuppa. I know. They're just people, people, people. Second chances in sorry, my nose itches. In Newport Stephen by TJ Alexander. Ellie Ward Eli Ward hasn't been back to his suffocating hometown of Newport Stephen, Florida in ages. Post transition and sober, he's a completely different person from the one who left years ago. But when a scandal threatens his career as a TV writer and comedian, he has no choice but to return home for the holidays. He can only hope he'll survive his boisterous, loving, but often misguided family and hide the fact that his dream of comedy success has become a nightmare. Just when he thinks this trip couldn't get any worse, Eli bumps into his high school ex, Nick Wu, who's somehow hotter than ever. Divorced and in his 40s, Nick's world revolves around his father, his daughter, and his job, but even a busy life can't keep him from being intrigued by the reappearance of Eli. All right. My Darling Bride by Ilsa Madden Mills. Kindle Unlimited. On a normal day, Emmeline Darling isn't a car thief. She's just a simple girl who runs a bookstore and adores cats. But when she's stranded in the desert and needs to get away from her dangerous ex-boyfriend, she picks her only option, swiping the keys to a famous football player's Lamborghini and speeding away. Because that's what happens. Football star Graham Harlan is in chaos. First, he took a hit on the field that left him with a near-death experience, and now he's promised his brother he'll get married to secure the family inheritance. Trouble is, he isn't even seeing anyone. Then a mystery woman steals his car. With his usual stubbornness, he tracks her all the way to Manhattan and gives her an ultimatum: marry me or I'll press charges. Her choice is obvious. Only neither of them expect the sparks that ignite between them. As the end of their arrangement looms, will Graham take a chance on love or let his darling walk away forever? I don't think. Oh, okay. Fakeish. Oh, I wonder what this is about. By Rinter Renshaw. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride, and that's the way I like it. I may be anti-marriage, but I'm still pro-romance. Case in point, that sexy curmudgeon I met last year during my cousin's tropical bachelorette getaway. That grump was Dorian, the groom's old college roommate, there for the bachelor party. I couldn't get enough of his messy brown hair and gorgeous turquoise eyes. We connected on a deep level, emotionally and physically. Sorry, drinking game. 3 for 3 on blue. Blue eyes. But the timing wasn't right. So we made a pact to reconnect in 2 years. Now I'm starting a new job in quotation marks. It'll take a lot of work and really pays well. I'm talking 7 figures here. All I have to do is pretend to be my boss's new fiance and spend 8 weeks with his family on their private island. How hard could it be? Turns out a lot harder than I thought because the man I'm pretending to love, he's Dorian's brother, and now all bets are off. Oh my. Oh goodness. Okay. We'll have to, these are also romances this week. All the Hidden Paths by Foz Meadows. Caught in a bad fomance. Feel the fire. We looked at that one. We looked at that one. We looked at that one. The second chance year, and this spells love. One disastrous year, one magical wish. This is by Melissa Weisner. One chance to change the past. Sadie Thatcher's life has fallen apart in a spectacular fashion. In one fell swoop, she managed to lose her job, her apartment, and her boyfriend, all thanks to her big mouth. So when a fortune teller offers her one wish, Sadie jumps at the chance to redo her awful year. Deep down, she doesn't believe magic will fix her life, but taking a leap of faith, Sadie makes her wish, opens her eyes, and nothing has changed. And then, in perhaps her dumbest move yet, she kisses her brother's best friend, Jacob. When Sadie wakes up the next morning, she's in her former apartment with her former boyfriend, and her former boss is expecting her at work. Checking the date, she realizes it's January 1st of last year. We don't go backwards. As Sadie navigates her second chance year, she begins to see the red flags she missed in her relationship and in her career. Plus, she keeps running into Jacob, and she can't stop thinking about their kiss, the one he has no idea ever happened. Suddenly, Sadie begins to wonder if her only mistake was wishing for a second chance. Okay. Apologize, that was this one, the second chance year. Well, that's all we have time for today. We'll see what happens on Friday. Sometimes we have enough time on Friday to pick up things that we, more mysteries, more romance. So was that insta love? It was insta love. I mean, she sees beautiful eyes, and that's a deep connection. That's that generation. The bells, the tintinnabulation of the bells. Okay, Fate says thanks for the info. Oh, you're welcome. You got to shift through all the stuff out there to see what might be interesting for us to read. So we gotta go through it. Mary says, have a great morning day, everyone. Won't see you until okay. Haircut appointment this morning, so we'll miss morning coffee. Oh, good. Have a good haircut. It will go well. Mine's on Saturday. I'm afraid. Have a good day, everybody. I appreciate you guys being here. If you're watching this later, I thank you for watching it later. Have a very good Wednesday. Be safe, be happy. Read fun books because reading is enjoyable. And as the batter says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom 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 nom. I'm glad I'm not that generation. I would hate it. Thank you and God bless.